Karibu kwenye channel ya Dr. Mlelwa Lectures. Tunafundisha masomo ya sayansi, physics, chemistry, mathematics pamoja na biology kwa syllabus ya Tanzania na kwa O-level pamoja na advanced level. Dr. Mlelwa Lectures for your better NECTA EXAMS performance. Subscribe, share and like this video. Welcome back, friends. Today we are continuing with our nutrition in animals, and today we are going to discuss about the Elemental Canal and the Generalized Structure of the gut. Kama mnavyojua kwamba gut inaanzia kwenye mouth inaishia kwenye anus. So from the mouth to the anus, the generalized structure is the same. Yani tunakuwa tuna 4 layers. But before going to discuss about the generalized structure of the gut, let's first discuss about the Elemental Canal. What is the Elemental Canal? Elemental Canal is another name for the digestive system. So digestion and absorption occur in Elemental Canal, or more plainly, the gut. So which runs from the mouth to the anus. As the gut wall is continuous with the outside surface of the body, the food in the gut wall is considered to be outside the body. Kwa hiyo, this is one among the concept which is confusing most of the students. Kwamba chakula kikiwa ndani ya tumbo tunakihesabu kama kiko outside the body. Hasa nasema kinakuwaje outside? Kwa nini kiko outside? Because the gut wall inaanzia kwenye mouth na inaishia kwenye anus. So it's just like a tube passing within a body. Lakini it's not exactly within a body. That's why after digestion, foods they are absorbed from the gut wall into the blood vessels. There in the blood vessels or in the cells, it is where we term as the inside of the body. But the gut wall is outside the body. So food can only be absorbed into the body after it has been ingested and broken down physically by teeth and muscles of the gut wall. That is called mechanical digestion, and chemically by its enzymes into molecules of suitable small size to be absorbed through the gut wall. That is what we call chemical digestion. Kwa ili chakula kiweze kufyonzwa kuingia mwilini lazima kiundergo 2 types of digestion, which are mechanical and chemical, as we explained earlier in this nutrition topic. Mechanical digestion, we are using a physical force such as teeth and the action of muscles of the stomach. Or in chemical digestion, we are using enzymes to break down food into their molecules. So mechanical digestion inakuwa ni physical change, while chemical digestion is a chemical change. From here, the nutrients enter the blood or lymph and are delivered to the cells of the body tissues where they undergo assimilation. Nutrients zikiwa taken from the intestine, most of the nutrients such as carbohydrate and protein, they enter the bloodstream and they are transported through the bloodstream. When I say carbohydrate, I mean glucose, which is the end product of carbohydrate digestion. And when I'm talking of protein, I mean amino acids. But in the case of lipids they are not transported by blood. So I mean they are transported by blood, but when they are absorbed, they are transported by lymph to the other organs of the body, to the blood vessels. There in the blood vessels, then they start another new transport in the blood. But normally when they are absorbed from intestine, they don't diffuse into the bloodstream directly. From here, nutrients enter blood and lymph are delivered to the cells of the body tissue where they undergo assimilation. Undigested food is ingested through the anus. Maana chakula ambacho hakijatumika kinakuwa kinatolewa nje. Now let's jump to the generalized structure of the gut. Kama nilivyoambia kwamba kuanzia mdomoni mpaka kwenye anus inakuwa kuna layers, ambazo hizo layers ukikata popote unakuwa unazikuta zile layers. Now, although different regions of the gut possess its own specialized characteristics, all have a basic common structure. This consists of 4 distinct layers, which are mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, and serosa. So let's first starting discussing with the mucosa. Mucosa yenyewe inakuwa iko ndani, yani kwenye intestine au kama kwenye tumbo au kama kwenye esophagus au kwenye mouth, mucosa iko ndani. As unavyozungumzia generalized structure of the gut, Kumbuka gut inaanzia kwenye buccal cavity mpaka kwenye anus. Kwa hiyo this structure iko kuanzia kwenye buccal cavity au esophagus, ukishuka stomach, ukishuka small intestine, large intestine hadi kwenye rectum, bado unakuta generalized structure ni ile. So mucosa iko kwa ndani, yani kama ukikata ule utumbo kwa ndani, that is what we call mucosa. So mucosa is the innermost layer of the gut and it has 3 layers. Sometimes this concept confuses kwa sababu gani? Mwingine ameambiwa inside of the gut is outside the body. Now how do you telling me that the mucosa is innermost layer of the gut? It is the innermost layer of the gut. However, the inside of the gut is outside of the body of an organism. So this is the innermost layer of the gut and has 3 layers: epithelium, lamina propria, and the muscularis mucosa. So mucosa itself, it has been divided into 3 layers: epithelium, lamina propria, and the muscularis mucosa. If you are with me in the last session when we was discussing about epithelium, ukitoka kwenye epithelium kinachofuata nini? Basement membrane. Ukitoka basement membrane kinachofuata nini? Lamina propria. Ambao tulisema kwenye lamina propria kuna blood vessels pamoja na nerves zilizolani kusupply nini? Epithelia, because epithelia they are avascular, yani hazina blood vessels, so they take the oxygen and nutrient from the lamina propria, which is the underlying layer. Now after the lamina propria, the layer which follows is muscularis mucosa, and all of these 3 partitions, they form a single layer called the mucosa. So it is the major absorbing and secreting layer. The epithelium secretes large quantity of mucus which lubricate the food, helping its passage through the gut. So most of the time these epithelium, they are associated with the cells such as goblet cells, and the goblet cells, they secrete mucus which always lubricate the food and allow it is easier passage through the gut. Bila hivyo manake ungekuwa ukimeza tonge, ukimeza chakula toka hapa mdomoni unakuwa unakiona kinaenda, yani you sense it. So normally you don't sense it because of the lubrication caused by the mucus secreted by the epithelium. It also prevents the digestion of the gut wall by its own enzymes. This mucus also prevents the digestion of the gut wall by its own enzymes. We shall see later on the stomach that the hydrochloric acid could be enzymes such as pepsin can digest the wall of the stomach, but the presence of the mucus secreted in the stomach provide or put a layer there, and that layer prevent the self-digestion of the enzymes. So enzymes, they can't digest the cell which produce them because of the presence of the mucus. Now some of the epithelial cells have microville on their free surface. The microville is for what? For increasing surface area. These contain enzyme embedded in the cell surface membrane, as we shall see later in the small intestine. Most of the epithelia which contain the enzymes embedded in the cell surface membrane, they are the ones which are present in the small intestine. Also, the microville form a border which is just visible as a fuse line in the light microscope and is known as blush border. The epithelial cell rests on the basement membrane, beneath which is the lamina propria. So the major function of the microville is to increase the surface area for absorption of food, as we shall discuss later in the small intestine when we will be discussing about the absorption. This contains a surrounding layer, I mean lamina propria now. Lamina propria, this contains a supporting layer of connective tissue through which runs blood and lymph vessel, as we discussed earlier in the epithelium session. In most regions of lamina propria also contain glands which are formed by infolding of the epithelium. So epithelium, they form infolding, they fold inward, and when they fold inward, they form the glands in the lamina propria. Outside the lamina propria is the thin layer of smooth muscle, the muscularis mucosa. These help to produce folds of mucosa and submucosa in certain regions of the gut. Kwa baadhi ya maeneo kama tunavyokuja tenda kuona baadaye, kuna sphincters, utakuta kuna pyloric sphincter pamoja na cardiac sphincter. Hizo sphincter zinatokea wapi? Zinatokea kutokana na easy muscles, smooth muscles kwenye muscularis mucosa. zenyewe zina uwezo wa kuproduce fold. Now let's move to the second layer, which is submucosa. Submucosa is very easier. It's the layer of connective tissue containing nerves, blood, and lymph vessel, collagen, and elastic fiber. In the duodenum, it contains some mucus secreting glands which deposit their content on the surface via ducts. So submucosa explanation, they are very few. Now let's move to the muscularis externa. Muscularis externa. This layer is composed of an inner circular and an outer longitudinal layer. You see, we have the muscularis mucosa in the mucosa layer, but here we have the muscularis externa. It is called externa. Why it is called externa? Externa means it is outside. Kwa nini inaitwa externa? Kwa sababu ndani tayari kuna muscularis mucosa. Kwa hiyo nje ndio maana inaitwa muscularis externa. So hii layer inakuwa ina two layers za muscle, smooth muscle, ambayo inakuwa ni inner ambayo ni circular na outer ambayo ni longitudinal. Now smooth muscle is involuntary muscle, as we know. They are involuntary and they are controlled by the involuntary nervous system, meaning that it is not under voluntary control from the brain. Connected movement of the two layers provide the wave-like peristaltic movement of the gut wall, which force food along. Their movement also mixes the food. Sasa hizi smooth muscle ambazo ziko kwenye muscularis externa ndizo ambazo zina uwezo wa kufanya movement kama peristalsis, ambazo kwenye peristalsis unaona kabisa kwamba inakuwa ni food ina move kutoka kwenye one place, labda in the esophagus. So between the circular and longitudinal muscle layer is Auerbach plexus. Auerbach plexus. So plexus, when we are saying plexus, ukisikia sehemu pameandikwa plexus, plexus is just like a connection or bundle of nerve cells. Kwa tunakuwa tuna many nerve cells, and when they connect together or they form a bundle, they call what we call a plexus. So in the plexus, the nerve cells, they can interchange each other. A plexus is the mass of nerve tissue. Now Auerbach plexus consists of nerve from the autonomic or involuntary nervous system, which control peristalsis. Impulses traveling along sympathetic nerves causes the gut muscle to relax and the sphincters to close, while the impulse traveling via the parasympathetic nerve stimulates the gut wall to contract and the sphincters to open. So kama uelewi kabisa hivi, tutaenda kusoma sana kwenye coordination, lakini sympathetic inatokea during stress. You may claim, yani unaweza kukariri hivyo, sympathetic during stress, parasympathetic during rest. Parasympathetic is rest. So during stress, impulse zinazoenda kwenye stomach, zile impulse zinafanya stomach relax, lakini pia sphincters zifanyaje, zi close. Na ndio maana unaweza kujikuta kwamba, kwa mfano tufanye tu mfano, ulikuwa unajisaidia chooni, tufanye sasa tufanye ukao umesikia mlio wa risasi sio muda, utakuta ghafla hata kama ulikuwa unajisaidia haja kubwa, tayari ile haja imekata. Kwa sababu gani? It is because yule mlio wa risasi umetengeneza stress. So the sympathetic nerve impulse imetoka kwenye brain, imeenda wapi? Kwenye sphincters of the anus, and from there, from the sphincters of the anus imesababisha nini? Sphincters to close. Kwa hiyo maana utakuta haja imekata pale pale. Now you are thinking about running, how you can save your soul. Kwa hiyo unakuja kuona kwamba hiyo ndio sympathetic, lakini kwenye parasympathetic ambapo kunakuwa kwenye rest, ndio maana hata unakuta unakula ukiwa kwenye rest unaweza kujisaidia na ukafanya chochote. So because I don't want the period to be very long, let I finish. Between the circular muscle and the submucosa is another nerve plexus, which is called the Meissner's plexus. Kwa hiyo unaona circular longitudinal kuna nini? Auerbach plexus. Wakati circular submucosa kuna nini? Meissner's plexus. This controls secretion from the glands in the gut wall. Kwa Meissner's plexus yenyewe controls secretion. At a number of points along the gut, the circular muscle thickens into structure called sphincters. Kwa hiyo circular muscles zina uwezo wa kunenepa zikatengeneza nini? Sphincters. When these relax or contract, they control the movement of food from one part of the elemental canal to another. They are found at the junction of the esophagus and the stomach, and this is called the cardiac sphincter. Also at the junction between stomach and duodenum, called the pyloric sphincter. Ileum and at the anus. Kwa hizi sphincter ziko kwenye junction hizo hapo kati ya esophagus na stomach, stomach na duodenum, pamoja na kwenye ileum, pamoja na caecum, pamoja na kwenye anus. Now let's move to the last layer, which is selosa. Selosa is the outermost coat of the gut wall. It is composed of loose, fibrous connective tissue. The wool of the outer surface of the gut is covered by peritoneum. This tissue also lines the abdominal cavity, where the most of the gut is located, and form the mesenteries. Kwa peritoneum ya kwenye inayozunguka gut na peritoneum ya ile inayozunguka kule body wall zinatengeneza nini? Mesenteries. Kwa mesenteries ni kama utando fulani. Kama umeshawahi chinja mbuzi au ng'ombe, utakuta kama kuna utando fulani katikati ya utumbo. That is what you call mesenteries. Na mle kwenye mesenteries, which suspend and support stomach and intestine from the body wall. Mesenteries consist of double layer of peritoneum containing nerves, blood vessels, and lymph vessels that pass to and from the gut. The peritoneum cells are moist and help to reduce friction when the gut wall slides over the portion of itself or other organs. Now you see, we studied that we have 4 layers. We have 4 layers, as you can see in this diagram. This is the diagram representing the generalized structure of the gut. As we said, the innermost layer is mucosa. And mucosa is composed of 3 layers, which is epithelium. Here is labeled as epithelial lining. Then from epithelium we said we have Lamina Propria. And then from Lamina Propria we said you have muscularis interna or muscularis mucosa, which is this one. Now you see, here we have epithelia. After epithelia we have Lamina Propria. This one is Lamina Propria. And then this is muscularis mucosa. From muscularis mucosa, then we have submucosa. Here is submucosa. As you can see, there is a difference between here and here. So here is submucosa. But from submucosa, here is muscularis externa. Here is muscularis externa. So as you can see, in the muscularis externa, we have circular muscles, which are this one, and then we have longitudinal muscles. And then from there, we have the last layer, which is outside, which is selosa. So now, as you can see in this diagram, that between the submucosa and the circular muscles, we have Meissner's plexus. Here, these are the Meissner's plexus between the submucosa and the circular muscles. But between the circular muscles and the longitudinal muscles, we have what? We have the myentelic nerve plexus. So I hope the lecture is understood, and if you have any question, you may ask me. This part is not normally asked in the exams, but it is important to know it, because later when you will be discussing about the nervous control of the digestive secretions, and that part of nervous control is normally asked when you will be talking about the Meissner's plexus or myentelic nerve plexus, and then you don't know anything, it will be very difficult for you to understand and even to perform well your exams. So let I wish you nice studies, and we are ending up here. In the next lecture we will be discussing about the main regions of the gut and what each region of the gut tend to perform. Thank you.
Asante kwa kuangalia channel ya Dr. Mlelwa. Ninaamini umeelewa kipindi, na kama hujaelewa chochote waweza kucomment hapo chini. Click link ya kwenye description kujoin Telegram group kwa ajili ya discussion. Usisahau kusubscribe, kushare video kwa marafiki pamoja na kulike video hii.